Between dealing with the pandemic, concern for student safety, and worries about race and gender in the curriculum, it is not surprising that emotions were running high last school year. Unfortunately, this led to some parents being disrespectful to teachers, school staff, and principals. In a recent blog on the Needham Public Schools website, Superintendent Dan Gutekanst shared advice for parents before the start of the new school year about the best way to have productive conversations. Ashley Morin spoke with him about what parents should keep in mind when communicating with school staff members.
What inspired you to write the post?
It's been tough the last couple of years for families throughout the country and in Needham. There have been, acts of school violence. There have been concerns about what is being taught in the classroom. Are we teaching critical race theory? Are we making sure that the health protocols are right? Are we masking or not? And families are, they're understandably confused and even some anxious about what's going on in the schoolhouse. Unfortunately, some parents, the vast majority of Needham parents know, but some parents escalated their behavior, and quite frankly and candidly, they were rude, they were inappropriate, they were caustic, and it was really no way to approach a problem. And in fact, in most of those instances, when families were heightened, when parents were heightened and angry, we weren't able really to resolve the issue because the students' needs got lost in the parents' bravado and noise and anxiety. So my blog post really was, here's some steps you can take to work in partnership with the teachers, staff, and the principals of the Needham Public Schools. And if families have other and additional ideas, I would like to hear them so that we can try to implement those as well.
What advice do you have for parents when interacting with others in the school community?
So I think the first thing I would tell families when they're interacting with teachers and with the school is, assume positive intent. Don't come into a conversation either on an email or in a phone call or in a meeting charging at the other or assuming that they're trying to do harm to your child, because that's not what we're about in the Needham Public Schools. We're here to support children and their families. And yet it's possible we made a mistake about something and we can help clarify it and work through it. So I think that's the first one, assume positive intent. I would also tell families to be patient when they have sent an email and are awaiting a reply. Teachers are not sitting at their keyboards typically responding to inquiries from families. How did Johnny do today? Or did Mary bring her backpack in? Or does Sammy seem anxious today? Those aren't things that teachers are going to be able to respond to on the spot. Instead, if it's an immediate concern, a matter, frankly, of an emergency, then yes, contact the school office and we'll work with you to talk about your child or alleviate a concern. Everything else, though, when a family emails me or a principal or a teacher, you are going to have to expect that it's going to take a day, 2 or 3, for a response to come back. It's not necessarily going to be immediate.
In your post, you suggest parents get involved with the schools. Why do you think that is important, and how are some ways parents can get involved?
There are a variety of ways to get involved, from participating in the PTC or the Special Education Parent Advisory Council or CPAC, attending a school committee meeting, attending a PTC coffee. Just a variety of ways for families to learn what's going on in the school, pay attention to those emails that come out from the principal's office. And if you don't have information or you believe you have misinformation, then reach out to the principal, reach out to the school so that we can have that conversation and clarify what might be a misunderstanding or something that we've done wrong and we have to rectify and fix, because that's what we want to do. So those top of mind 3 things: assume positive intent on the part of faculty and principals. Be patient in response to emails and phone calls. And thirdly, get involved. I think those three key things will really help parents and families working in partnership with school staff to allow all of our students to have a great year.